Good evening and welcome to Newsbite. I'm Donna Crowie and making the headlines this week. We check out the progress at the Main Street Hotel. We hear from one man who has alleviated his parking problem in Jamestown. And we have your weekly sports update. It was July last year when the first developments began at 1, 2 and 3 Main Street. Now, 8 months on, work has progressed with a new build at the back of the existing buildings and rooms are now beginning to take shape. SAMS reporter Hannah Durnford spoke to Development Director Graham Vess about the progress so far.
Okay, so it's been around about 7 to 8 months since developments first started on 123 Main Street. Graham, Anthony, how has work been going so far?
Hannah, it's been going exceptionally well. As you can see behind you and behind us, I think we've made exceptional progress, particularly when you consider that we've had various disruptions. Firstly, we had no rain, then it never stopped raining, and both of those have good and bad news implications for building. And then, of course, of late, the disruptions to the RMS schedule inevitably has an implication for us, not only in bringing the materials here, but some of the specialized skills in that we're fast going past the actual building stage to now what we call the fit out. And the fit out, for example, the ceilings required specialized skills which we have to bring in from South Africa. So I think considering all of that, we've done exceptionally well.
Okay, but I'm sure there's much more work that needs to be done until it's all ready to go.
Yes, there certainly is. As you can see, it's a pile of bricks and mortar at the moment, and you now have to take that and transform it into a hotel. So once AgMac are finished with the actual construction, then a complete different phase begins, which is bringing in everything that takes a building and turns it into a hotel. So let's start with the heavy stuff. That would be the kitchen equipment, which some of it is quite bulky, so it will come in and we have to leave apertures to get it in. We can't close up those areas until that's in place. Then once we've done that, all the other furniture, the fittings, the carpets, the TVs, the beds, the linen, all of that has to come in a phased program. You can't bring it all at once because you can't have the ceiling guy working over the carpet layer because clearly they'll end up killing each other in the process. So we have to phase that, and we are working on the logistics of that right at the moment, considering, as I say, the RMS schedule, the dry docking, which is now and in August, and looking at all those implications. But I think it gets to a very exciting stage, not to say that the building isn't exciting, but for all the observers, you'll now see it sort of metamorphosizing from the caterpillar, which is the building, into the beautiful butterfly, which will become the hotel.
Okay, and is the opening date still on time? It's not been delayed at all?
Hannah, we've never really had a specific opening date. We've always said that we'd like to finish the hotel in July, going into early August. With what I've just said now, we are essentially on track for that, but we may take the fit out a little later into August than we anticipated for the logistical reasons that I've said, and therefore the opening might be in latter part of September.
Okay.
But we've never really specified a date, but we're certainly on track to come within the framework of which we've always said.
Okay, and is there anything else that you'd like to add about the development so far?
Just to thank everyone, yourselves, the media, the people of Jamestown, the people of St. Helena, the officials, the planning office, and of course this weekend government transport loaning us their large crane, which is going to move into town on Saturday so that we can complete the concrete pour, which is the roof section behind us. And that's really the end of the really big construction phase, and then we go into the fit-outs phase. So it really is to thank everyone for being just so accommodating.
We all know the problem of finding somewhere to park your car in Jamestown. This can become even more frustrating when you're a town resident and you are forced to park well away from your property. Peter Fowler, co-owner of Fowlers Townhouse self-catering accommodation, has taken the time and initiative to reduce the stress by building his own off-street car park, adjacent to his property. We spoke to Peter about how he came up with the idea.
Well, I used to come up by the steps there, offload my passengers, for the self-catering house. And when I'm offloading, cars coming up and down, I have to move, down or up or down, move out of the way. So I come across this idea for making my own car park, up above my house here, So I took 1 month. I think I started on the 23rd of January, and I finished on the 21st of February.
After building the car park, Peter also made a walkway with handrails on the lower side of the road so that his clients wouldn't have to walk to the house via the main road.
I did do it myself, I had a little bit of help, but not to do the major work, Just pull the wheel down, help me pull the wheel down, to ease my back up a bit, I'm getting old now, Well, I think that's about it, Yeah. Right now I got my car park, so at least I can come into town, save me for catching the bus, and come in my own car park, which I made myself, sort of, and I'm quite happy, and the planning officer quite happy with it.
Okay.
And the residents staying in the houses quite happy as well,
Here now is your weekly sports roundup.
Week 2 of the RMS T20 Cup threw up some interesting results. On Saturday afternoon, St. Matthew's Lions picked up a relatively easy win over St. Paul's B. Lions dismissed St. Paul's for 56 before chasing down the target for the last of 2 wickets. On Sunday morning, Pirates defeated league champions Leverwood All-Stars. Pirates restricted All-Stars to 152, and a brutal innings of 74 from David Young ensured Pirates crossed the line to pick up a big victory, sporting their brand new kits. In the final match of the weekend, Barracudas defeated Zodiacs in the Jamestown Derby. Barracudas posted 163 thanks to the batting efforts of Gavin and David George. Tris Moyes took Zodiacs close, but they fell short of the required target.
Well, that's it for this week's Newsbite, but don't forget that you can keep up to date with all the latest news on SAMS Radio 1 and also the Sentinel. I'm Donna Crowie, and thank you for watching.